Morning, everybody. It's Thursday, April 30th. Hope everybody is well. Lots of announcements today, lots of things going on, so well, here we go. I just submitted, or the review sheets for periods 6 and 7 are in Schoology. Remember, the folder to look under is review material, distance learning. Then they're in period 6 and 7. So I understand, I know that these are going to take you a little bit, but this is really, I'd like to say it's really no different, and in fact, in some ways, it's less work than you would have done had we been in school. So please take that into account. And it's something that you can grind through pretty well. Again, the document part of it, the only, that part is less important than the first parts of it. But you should take a look at the documents, get a sense of what they're talking about. If you need to write something down, feel free. If you don't, that's fine. What I'm really going to look at eventually is sort of the content part of it, not necessarily the document analysis. So I'd prefer that you do them all, but you certainly don't have to. I want you to do them. I think it's just a great way to review. So if you haven't started that yet, you have them all now. I would start them definitely. If this upcoming weekend is the weekend I usually advise students to lock themselves in their room and buckle down. Well, you've been locked in your room for a while, but some extra time needs to be dedicated for this over the next couple weeks. So I know you're busy. I know you have lots of other classes, and I'm sure your other AP teachers are telling you the same thing. But that's what we signed up for. So I can be of any assistance. Let me know. Tomorrow we will be meeting via Zoom at 10:45. I would like to go through a couple questions and then go through our second practice DBQ. The focus will be on, again, thesis writing, grouping the documents, and coming up with outside evidence. And again, I like to set that time limit at 25 minutes. Just so we know, next week we're going to need to do, I want to do 2 full ones, 2 45-minute DBQs. They will probably be done via my AP classroom. That way it's a little bit more flexible with the time, and I still want you to do the practice, and it gives you a timing element. I'm not going to really hit you real hard that first week of AP exams, because I know a lot of you have other exams. So we need to kind of front load this stuff. We will be doing some stuff that week, but I understand other classes as well. Next week, I had originally scheduled it for Tuesday, but I can't make it. So a couple of my buddies from the reading had the idea of, let's do a group Kahoot. Now, I don't even know what a Kahoot is, but it sounds like it's an online quiz. So we all agreed to it. So we would be doing sort of a challenge quiz with a school from Augusta, Georgia, and a school from Chicago. So I fully expect to completely and totally dominate them. It'll be like Sherman marching through the South again. But tentatively, we have that scheduled for 3 o'clock. So that's an extra thing. I'm not required to be there. I don't think I'm going to record it, but I thought it would be a fun way. So we could do the Zoom Kahoot kind of thing. The other thing that I'd like to do at some point next week is something called, it's a program called Menti. And we'll actually probably do this more the week before the exam. It's a program that we can do through Zoom, that I will put up a question and then you can type it in anonymously, basically just to get some sort of brainstorming interactive idea, just so we can maybe not necessarily talk to each other, but have at least some sort of interaction. I feel that's been lacking. So there'll be more to come on that. May 4th, there will be a AP demo available. that should be accessed through My AP Classroom, or you should be getting emails on it. I'm going to insist that everybody do the demo at least once. It's not content specific, but it's just more the login procedure, that kind of stuff. So I have a whole bunch of hints for you regarding the actual test day. So I think we're going to have to do an extra Zoom just on that, sort of on a question and answer thing, just so we know how to do this. But in general, what I would say, just some general things, and pardon me, I have to look back at my notes. If you have, one of the things they said, if you have Grammarly that needs to be disabled, and it's not because they're worried about cheating or anything like that, it just messes up the software. So Grammarly needs to be disabled. They're talking about basically doing your test in two windows, the question window, and then they're suggesting a Google Doc, which I'm assuming you're all very comfortable with. And then when you are done, you copy and paste into that document, or you can attach it. Or the third option, obviously, is writing it and taking a picture. And I'm a little bit leery of that just for the timing element of it. So the other thing, when we get to next week, when the demo is available, if for some reason you're not seeing anything on the demo, there is a page, I can get it to you right here. It's like a check your tech thing. So this is the page that if for some reason the demo doesn't work at all, you can go back to this page. And again, you have this page, you have this whole big long document in Schoology under general things. So there's all sorts of scenarios that the meeting went through last night. I'm not going to really kind of waste your time with. It's not a waste of time, but we have to keep this short. So if as you page through this, if there's questions that arise, please bring it up to me tomorrow. I can address that. But we will have, we will be having like a separate tech sort of test prep day at some point. Maybe not next week, but certainly the week of the test. And again, those of you who are doing this beforehand, I have to look when the schedule is, but if you're doing English or something like that, you'll by the time you get to our test, you'll feel pretty good about it. So that's all I have for today. So what are you doing today? Hopefully you'll continue to spend some time on your review sheets. If you want to start on 7 and go backwards, or if you want to start on 3, or if you're halfway through, try to get one of them done today, at least, and kind of map this out. But all those 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 need to be done by May 15th. And remember, you will be getting credit for that. It'll boost your grade 1 full grade on your exam. It'll benefit your grade. So please, you've committed to this thus far. Finish it off right. Don't limp across the. I would hate for someone to not get full credit for all the work that you've put in over the course of the year, and that's where we're trying to finish strong. So other than that, I will see you tomorrow. Oh, I know one other thing. I'm sorry. They just announced last night that on the AP review, I guess you have a choice tomorrow of listening to me or going to AP review and listening to Lin-Manuel Miranda, the creator of Hamilton. He's being a guest, making a guest appearance. They tape it, so or record it, I should say. So you can see that, which is kind of cool. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know if he's lecturing. Who knows? I don't know if he's singing, but that is kind of cool. So I'll see you tomorrow at 10:45. Try to make sure that you're there, and you will have a timed activity of the second DBQ related to, it's in period 5, and I'll give you a hint, it's related to the reconstruction. So we'll see you tomorrow at 10:45. Thanks.